Have you ever wondered why some people in their 70s look strong, energetic, and full of life, while others of the same age struggle just to get out of bed? What if I told you the difference often comes down to just a few simple habits, movements so powerful that even heart doctors are recommending them over ordinary walking? Today, I want to take you on a journey through the lives of two old friends. Their story might remind you of someone you know, or maybe even of yourself. By the end, you will discover 5 gentle but powerful exercises that can keep your heart young, your body strong, and your mind sharp no matter your age. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. Which of these 5 exercises do you think will surprise you the most? Pick your number, and when we get to it, write that number down in the comments. This way, you will remember it and inspire others who are watching along with you. The story of George and Samuel. George and Samuel grew up in the same neighborhood. They were born only 2 weeks apart, went to the same school, even worked at the same factory for a few years. But as the decades rolled by, their lives took different turns. By the time they turned 65, George had started feeling the heavy toll of time. His knees hurt after walking short distances, he often felt tired after meals, and his doctor told him his blood pressure was creeping higher each year. On Samuel, on the other hand, he seemed to glow with life. At 68, he still played with his grandchildren in the park, carried groceries up the stairs without losing his breath, and could even ride his bicycle around the neighborhood. So what was Samuel's secret? It was not expensive supplements, it was not extreme diets, and it certainly was not spending hours at the gym. Instead, Samuel had quietly built a routine of 5 simple exercises. Exercises designed not just to strengthen the muscles, but to protect the heart, improve balance, and keep the brain sharp, no matter your age. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. Which of these 5 exercises do you think will surprise you the most? Pick your number, and when we get to it, write that number down in the comments. This way, you will remember it and inspire others who are watching along with you. Exercise 1. Chair squats, the foundation of independence. Now let me ask you, how many times do you stand up and sit down every day? From the couch, the dining chair, the toilet seat, this movement is part of daily life, yet it is the very movement that many people lose first as they age. Heart doctors love chair squats because they train the largest muscles in the body, the thighs and glutes. Strong legs mean better circulation, improved blood sugar control, and reduced risk of falls. So Samuel began with something simple. He placed a sturdy chair behind him, crossed his arms over his chest, and slowly stood up and sat down 10 times. At first it felt challenging, but within weeks he noticed that climbing stairs no longer left him breathless. Practical tip: start with 2 sets of 10 chair squats a day. If you feel wobbly, hold the edge of the chair or use a table for support. Now, before I move on, let me ask you, does this sound like something you could try today? If so, write number 1 in the comments below. Exercise 2. Wall push-ups, a gentle boost for the heart. Most people think push-ups are only for athletes, but what if I told you that even a gentle version of push-ups, done against the wall, can do wonders for your heart health? Wall push-ups strengthen the arms, chest, and shoulders, but they also increase circulation and support good posture. A strong upper body makes it easier to carry groceries, open jars, and hug in grandchildren without fear of losing strength. Samuel's doctor once told him, "Every push-up against the wall is like pumping life back into your circulation." Practical tip: stand an arm's length from the wall, place your palms flat against it. Bend your elbows, bring your chest closer, then push back. Aim for 15 repetitions 2 or 3 times daily. If this is the exercise that resonates with you the most, write number 2 in the comments so I know you are following along. Exercise 3. Heel-to-toe balance walk, protecting the brain and body. Now here comes a powerful secret most people overlook. Balance training is not just about preventing falls. Research shows that improving balance also stimulates brain activity and keeps the nervous system sharp. The heel-to-toe walk is incredibly simple. Samuel used to practice it in his hallway. He placed one foot directly in front of the other, heel touching the toes, just like walking on a tightrope. Slowly and carefully, he would take 10 steps forward and 10 steps back. Why does this matter? Because losing balance is often one of the earliest signs of aging, and regaining it reduces the risk of fractures, hospital visits, and even dementia. Practical tip: do this exercise near a wall or a sturdy table for support. Practice for 2 minutes each day. Now this is the exercise that surprises many people. If you agree this one is powerful, write number 3 in the comments. Exercise 4. Seated leg lifts, the circulation booster. When people hear about heart health, they usually think about running or cycling. But what about those who have knee pain or arthritis? That is where seated leg lifts come in. Samuel discovered this while visiting a physiotherapist. The therapist explained that gently lifting each leg while seated improves blood flow, strengthens the hip flexors, and helps prevent blood clots, especially during long periods of sitting. He would sit upright in a sturdy chair, straighten one leg, hold it for a few seconds, and slowly lower it down. Then he switched to the other leg. After a few weeks, he noticed his legs no longer felt heavy when sitting for long hours. Practical tip: aim for 10 to 15 lifts per leg 2 or 3 times a day. If this exercise feels like something you need, write number 4 below.
Exercise 5. Gentle resistance band rows, keeping the heart young. Finally, we arrive at the 5th exercise, the one Samuel said made him feel 20 years younger: resistance band rows. Why are these so powerful? Because they mimic the motion of rowing, which strengthens the back muscles, improves posture, and supports the lungs and heart. A strong back means you breathe more efficiently, stand taller, and reduce strain on the spine. Samuel used a simple resistance band hooked around a doorknob. He pulled the band toward his chest, squeezing his shoulder blades together, then slowly released. This movement kept his upper body strong and his circulation flowing. Practical tip: start with 10 pulls, rest, and repeat 2 times. Use a light resistance band at first and increase as you get stronger. If you think this is the winner, write number 5 in the comments. The bigger picture: healthy aging beyond exercise. Now, before we finish, let me share one more truth. Exercise alone is powerful, but it is not the whole picture. Samuel knew this too. He combined these movements with 3 other habits that made all the difference. Nutrition. He filled his plate with colorful vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. His rule was simple: eat more foods that look like they came from the earth, not from a factory. Mental fitness. Samuel kept his brain active by reading, learning new card games, and calling his old friends regularly. Scientists have found that social connection is as important for longevity as exercise. And restful sleep. He treated sleep like medicine. Going to bed at the same time every night allowed his body to repair and his heart to rest. When you put these together, movement, nutrition, mental fitness, and sleep, you are not just adding years to your life, you are adding life to your years. Closing call to action. So now you know the 5 powerful exercises heart doctors recommend instead of walking. Chair squats, wall push-ups, heel-to-toe balance walk, seated leg lifts, resistance band rows. Which one spoke to you the most? Write the number in the comments below. If you agree that number 3, The balance walk is the most surprising, then type 3 right now. But if another exercise feels more important for your health, type that number instead. Remember, George and Samuel started in the same place, but their choices shaped their futures. You have that same choice today. Your heart, your strength, and your energy are waiting for you to claim them. If you found this story helpful, share it with someone you care about. And if you want more simple, science-based tips for healthy aging, subscribe and stay tuned. Because the journey to a strong, vibrant life does not end at 60, 70, or even 80. In fact, it can just be the beginning.